Going on YouTube? We back at it again with another one. Today we're gonna be reacting to actor Jamal Woolard on his interview where he was kind of explaining dating outside of his race a little bit, and black men in general dating outside their race a little bit. So we're gonna get into that. I'm not gonna hold up y'all time, waste y'all time. We're gonna get right into it. Make sure you like and subscribe. And y'all know I'm gonna give y'all my opinion. I want y'all to give me your opinion and leave it down in the comments, and I'm gonna check it out. And let's get right into it. We ain't gonna waste no time.
And outside my race, but I was dating outside of my race because they was doing things better than my race. I'm
Like,
gonna keep it
what do you
100. My
define
Spanish,
better?
my
Define
Spanish,
better.
Well, not better because I know where she getting ready to go. Not better.
I know you said they were doing things
not
better. I wanted
not
to know
better,
what better meant.
Not better. I'm gonna change that.
I'm trying to save you for the,
I
for
know
the
you
people,
is.
for
That's
the
what I'm gonna say.
culture.
Not better for the culture.
There we go.
Right, not better. We did. I was dating Puerto Rican. I was dating Dominican. I was dating African. I was dating all type of other really size American black. Right? They were doing way more of what we expect we want our woman to do more than our American. Our American got real comfortable
Give me
with.
some examples.
Oh man, I mean, their mannerisms are different. Like even my Indian one was from Syria, one of them countries over there, right? I didn't have to really say much to do and be treated like a king. You see what I'm saying? A lot of times with our own American black, they expect so much of us and what we're supposed to do. Like things like if we go out and eat and we just have a nice dinner, we can go anywhere and eat and get a nice dinner. It had to be Rue Chris, or it had to be this, that, or it had to be this, that. Then I get somebody that's just as fine, a Cuban or a Colombian. They don't care about nothing. They care about you and your household. Even though they still care about the money, but it's not about the money. You understand what I'm trying to say? It's a difference. Not better, but sometimes we get tired of hearing, Birkin bags, sushi.
Do you think that's fair? Because I feel like there's a certain type of woman
Right.
that does demand that. And to
Right.
me, I think it depends on the bait you're using.
Hold on now, because I know what she about to say. And we know that even the younger ones and the ones, average black women do this. You know what I mean? And even if they're not talking about no Birkin bag, it's, oh, you need to give me a car and you need to do this and you need to do that. And listen, the ones that they do want to pay for is the ones who don't have nothing going on for themselves. But as soon as they meet a dude who got something going on for themselves, oh, you need to buy me this, or you need to buy me that, or you need to do that. So yeah, stop it. Stop it, because I know what she about to say right now. Maybe it's just the ones that you're around. Maybe it's just the ones that you're around. And that could be true, right? But we know, man, you know what I'm saying? Our culture is baked in that. If you listen to Sexy Red, Megan Thee Stallion, Cardi B, any of these young black rappers, female rappers, which most our young women in our culture do, you know what I mean? It's baked in that. They all talking about Birkin bags and what you can buy me and getting money off a dude and all this. Like it's baked in our culture.
And where you're looking. If you're gonna go get a model from Instagram that got the BBL, the snatched in stomach, and has all the things that check off money hungry and surface, you're gonna get that. If you're gonna meet a girl and through different ways and ask different questions, you're gonna find that out a lot earlier on that what's important to her.
I'm not doubting that, but I'm just talking about even if you look on just a regular dating app.
Right.
And just look at what
the profile.
a woman may state that she requires. I'm saying these things because
6
it feels
foot,
as if social media
figure
again
income
is the
You know what I'm
barometer.
saying?
Okay, and it's the comparison, and when you're comparing yourself to all these other women, and of course, even with the BBLs, because I'm like, that's fine, but I mean,
What's BBL? I'm sorry.
Brazilian butt lift.
Oh, okay.
And there's
Right.
no shade to women that
No,
have
no,
them. I'm just
I was
saying.
wondering. I was waiting
Listen,
for it.
that's how you know she not even schooled. She come from a whole nother different generation. She not even schooled. So from her perspective, she probably gonna be speaking on a whole different perspective of where we not even in the same realm. Because a lot of older women are not schooled as to how these younger women move. You know what I mean? They're like, no, it's some good ones out there, and it's this and it's that. You don't know. I'm out here with it. You don't know. You know what I mean? So
Like,
It's no,
excuse me?
And
Right.
there's no shade to everyone that has them.
No,
I'm
no,
just
no.
saying, if you're going by just surface things and that's who you're going afterwards, then guess what? She gonna run them pockets.
No, and I'm not, and I want to get your thoughts, Doc, and as well, Amy, as a woman dating or even considering, I think that a lot of times, we do value women, but when you talk about Black relationships, I think we all come with some baggage. All right. Now, some of us have some baggage that's not going to fit in the overhead compartment, and some of us have some baggage that you're going to have to pay a whole lot more for to get on this flight,
Yeah.
right? But the reality of it is that's just who we are, and I'm talking about historic. Like, if you're talking about being enslaved, where we were and how we engage each other, there's a lot of elements there. But it can be a little difficult because women have expectations in 2021 that they're watching, and they're very material expectations. I agree with you, Claudia, but I'm simply saying that
Not all of them are material.
and I'm not trying to generalize.
It's just
women.
most of the time it's pointing to American women are more
Exactly.
material.
And it's
He
America.
talking about Western culture. This is not even just Black women. This is Western culture in general. Just Western women in general. If you go to another country, this is why all these dudes want to get passports and fly to somewhere else. And people, especially other women, make fun of him like, oh, you can't get a girl here? It's not that he can't get a girl here. It's that he don't want to deal with what comes with a girl here. When you meet her and she all of a sudden, she don't think she have to do nothing, but she think you're supposed to do everything, right? Like, for certain dudes, it's difficult for them to get a girl to do what they want her to do or be who they want her to be. You know what I mean? And it shouldn't be that difficult, man. Like if I'm coming and I got all my stuff in order, you know what I mean? I got a house, car, I can supply provisioning for you and protection and all these things. I shouldn't have to beg you or coach. I mean, you always gonna have to coach a woman somewhat to be who you need her to be. I think because no woman is gonna come into your life and just be perfect for you. That's just not gonna happen, right? You're not gonna meet a woman that's gonna come into your life and just be everything that you want her to be, right? But it should be like small things that you got to fix with her. You want her to come and have general things that you like about her and things that you want from her. You know what I mean? Obviously, we can always fix the small stuff. You know what I mean? We can always tweak with that. That's no issue. But most of these women coming in, man, it's nothing of the sort. They don't want to do nothing for the man. It's all about what he can do for her. What can you do for me? They getting pissed off when dudes is asking them what they bring to the table. And they automatically, putting it with money. Like, who said he was talking about money, baby? It's like, chill. Western culture is just in Western.
Not better.
Let's bring spirit into this.
And I gave you the space to even edit the better part, right? So and I'm with you on that. But let's say this because you guys both tie in two really important pieces, right? You talk about women who are not African American women, and you talk about the experience and what is the influence here. You mentioned social media, but what you're really missing here is the piece that you talk about, the enslavement part, the culture and the trauma that African American men and women and children have faced in this country is like unlike any other group. And so when we talk about trauma, what we know is that Black people have a lot of unprocessed trauma. We have a lot of hurt. We have a lot of harm, not just back then, but right now on the daily, right? And so one of the things that we talk about as professionals within my profession is we talk about how trauma impacts people. And so we love to say, Resmaa Menakem, one of my favorite colleagues, he says that trauma decontextualized within a person looks like personality. And that trauma decontextualized within a family looks like family traits. And that trauma decontextualized within a people looks like culture.
That's cold. Ooh, that's cold right there.
And so when you talk about how African American women present and what they need as it relates to security and finances and the finer things in life and to look a certain way and to want a certain thing from their man and to have certain expectations, it's because of the trauma that we are still trying to survive. And when we talk about feeling beautiful and the BBLs and the Birkin bags and the wanting the nice things and wanting their men to come with a certain level of care and a certain level of treatment and expectation, we are trying to connect. We are trying to heal with you. We are trying to build with you. But there's so much hurt and trauma that we all have that we don't talk about, that we don't even understand within ourselves, so that we can't find who we're compatible with. Because who we're compatible with is traumatized versions of ourselves.
Spirit, do you think that
I disagree.
women and men,
I disagree
women
with the
that
last
seek
part.
the materialistic
I
things,
just don't
items,
understand how that,
the
how that
tangible
equates to
things,
you getting a BBL.
and men that
Like,
just
what the,
seek the women for the
how do you being a
the
slave equate to
aesthetics?
you getting a BBL?
Do you think those are people that kind of just gave up on love and
She
they're just
said
like
some
going
cold
for,
stuff,
all right,
but
well, at least I
that
can
end
see
part, man,
this,
I
I can
don't
grab
know.
onto this.
No, I think it's science. If you really want to know, we are part of the animal kingdom like anything else. And so, what the male species chooses is the thing that's biologically beautiful. Because what it
100%.
suggests from a DNA
Reproductive
perspective
value.
is you're likely to bear my offspring
Reproduction
and they
value.
will do well. It's survival of
Exactly.
the fittest.
They'll be
And what
beautiful,
the
they'll
female
thrive.
species
Exactly.
chooses is the male
Protection.
offspring that can provide the most security.
Yeah.
Because you're going to be able to
Provision,
protect
protection.
me and our offspring and raise us, and we will do well.
So we're not gold diggers, it's just science.
It's
Literally
biology.
biology. It is literally biology.
We
When
have
you
our
see,
own
listen,
different.
listen, when you see the brothers out there with the rims and the flash and the money and the gold, they're no different than the male peacock that's showing his whole big pretty feathers. Look at me, look at me. And when you see the women that go, show me what you got, show me what you're working with, it's no different than the frog that ribbits the loudest or the bird that chirps the loudest.
So what do you call a man that's just been providing that doesn't ask for nothing? What do you call the guys like me who we don't ask for anything?
Oh, but you do.
How?
You may not ask it with your words, but your expectation is there. So when you say, I need that woman that loves me, I need that woman that has my back, so I don't have to say, hey, is that
Oh, the
bacon and
expectation
eggs
is
there?
definitely
Hey,
there.
are those clothes in the
need something
drawer?
from you.
Cash wise.
I
So when we
need
talk
something
about
from you.
compatibility, right, one of the things
Not
that I love
money.
to say, an acronym that I use is RISES, that some relationships rise, some fall. You want one that rises. RISES stands for the different types of intimacy that make us compatible.
Deep in the oldest part of Cairo, there's a mysterious salon known as the Crown Temple, run by a group of Black women in their
Okay. We're gonna leave that how it is. But anyhow, you know, that was a good conversation. I like the conversation. I kind of get where she was coming from as far as, you know, Black people having the trauma that they have. Now, I completely agree with her as far as us being part of the animal kingdom and us having biological traits. This is something that I tell people all the time. It's like you gotta look at life for what it is. It's not fair, right? Nothing about life is fair. We are created a certain type of way. And this is why I conduct myself with women a certain kind of way. Sometimes I might come across harsh. Sometimes I might hurt your feelings. Sometimes you might feel like I don't love you. But that's just nothing is fair. Like that's just the way it is. I conduct women on an animalistic level of where I know how I stand. This is not fairy tale. It's not a fairy tale movie like Princess and the Frog or something. Like this is not a fairy tale movie. This is life. You know what I mean? Survival of the fittest. This is life. Like, you know, if I'm gonna build myself up to be this big man who can protect and provision and I got what you need, right? I want what I want. You know what I mean? And if I can understand what you need, and have to understand what you need, right? Biologically, because I know about what she's talking about, right? I understand that women want the dude who can protect them, provide for them. You know, if they're gonna go for the best option they can get if they can get it, right? I completely understand that, and I accept that about women. I understand it. I don't hate them for it. I love them. I understand how they are, and I understand what they're gonna go for. It's our job to understand, like, we just got to be the best version of ourselves and become the best version of ourselves and continue working on ourselves. And don't sit out here and sit up in women's faces if you're not where you want to be at, right? Get to where you want to be, right? And some dudes might say, you know, hey, look, man, you know, it sucks that we can't get with women, you know, when we trying to build up. And it used to be that way, right? Like a dude could be building up in a woman to get with him and it'll be all cool and everything like that, right? And so, but nowadays with social media and everything like that, we just done got away from that. You know, women are operating in a true animalistic nature. They operate in a hypergamous nature, true animalistic nature, and men are operating in a true animalistic nature too. But it's only the men at the top, right? It's only like the top 10% of men that are actually able to act in a true animalistic nature, because the animalistic nature of a man is to have multiple women, right? So not every man is going to be able to do that. So the guys that fall under that, you know, maybe not the top 10, maybe like the top 30, right? Because you ain't necessarily got to be super rich to achieve that, right? But the guys that fall under that, You know what I mean? They just gotta be left with the spoils of how these women treat them out here. You know what I mean? And this dude right here, he one of the top 10%. You know? And he's still dealing with it. You know what I mean? He telling you when he date women outside of Western culture, it's still it's still a difference. You know, when you go date a woman that's from another country, right? They tend to be more submissive. They tend to care about family more. They tend to be more family oriented. They want to have children young. They want to be a dutiful wife. You know, they want to pour into their children. They want to be dutiful mothers and dutiful wives and be there for their kids and things like this. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the way it is in a lot of other places. Here, it's not like that really. Like you meet a woman and she wants you to have a bunch of money, and it's not all the time. Like when I speak, I'm not speaking. We never gonna say all, right? But when I'm speaking about the majority. I'm speaking in general about the majority, right? And so when you meet a woman, you know, she gonna want you to have everything put together, have all this money, all this stuff. But then you meet her and she like, okay, yeah, you know, I want to spend your money, but I also still want to make my own money. And then when you need her, right, she not available for you because she out making her own money. But then at the same time, she gonna call you like, I want this new car, or I want to live here, or give me your credit card so I can get this, or so I can do this. You know what I mean? It's like this whole mentality of my money is my money and your money is our money. And if you ask me, that sound like pimping, man. You know what I'm saying? Like that sound like pimping. You know what I'm saying? And ain't nobody gonna pimp me. You know what I mean? So, you know, it's gotta be equal. Like he said, he don't look for nothing in return. You know, what about the guys that don't look for nothing in return? But you want something in return. Just like how you said, that's why you like the women who are outside of Western culture, because they give you something of value in return. They care about you. They care about the family. They're submissive. They're attentive. You know, they're obedient. You know what I mean? These type of things, you know, are what men tend to look for, right? And we don't outwardly say it like women. Women outwardly say what they want, right? Men tend to, you know, we tend to just look and like if the girl don't have it, we like you know what I mean? So, I mean, it is what it is, man. Y'all, and I don't know where slavery really ties into all that. Maybe y'all can let me know in the comments. I don't really know. I didn't really understand that whole part, but maybe y'all can let me know down in the comments. Make sure y'all like, subscribe. Yeah, man, leave y'all opinion down in the comments, man. Let me know what y'all think. And I'm gonna get back with y'all on the next one, man. Peace.